Right now, they are calling it a snow bomb cyclone, and it's slamming the East Coast. It may be thousands of miles from North Texas, but we are feeling the impact.
We have got you covered with live storm team coverage. NBC 5 News at 10 starts right now.
You're watching NBC 5 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Curtis.
I'm Meredith Land. Christy Nelson is off tonight. The nor'easter hit South Carolina late this afternoon. It is the heaviest snowfall in Charleston in nearly 30 years there, and far from the Northeast, but airlines are taking no chances so far. More than 3,000 flights around the country have been canceled for tomorrow, and this is a live look at FlightAware's misery map. You can see a big circle with red right over North Texas there, meaning a lot of flights are being impacted here.
We have live storm team coverage tonight. We begin with Noel Walker at DFW Airport. Noel?
Brian, this caught a lot of people off guard here at DFW who weren't expecting to be stranded. Many flights from here to East Coast destinations were canceled well ahead of the storm.
At DFW, there are clear skies, a beautiful night for flying. But some people aren't getting off the ground.
I looked at my phone and I was like, wait, why does it say it's canceled?
Van Nguyen is stuck in DFW.
There's nothing before then to Boston?
The soonest flight she can book home to Boston is Friday.
Can you explain to me why that flight is canceled, this one? Because there's no snow there right now.
There's no escaping the weather.
If they use terms like bomb cyclone, it sounds pretty dramatic. Sounds very missable.
Rebecca Bennett and her 3-month-old are taking it in stride.
Someone wants us to continue our holiday in Dallas.
While a few passengers and decorations from the holidays remain,
can't mess with Mother Nature.
So does the Grinch.
They said they're not flying out until Friday.
Susanna Ordonez is missing more than just her flight to Boston.
Sad, very, very sad.
The cancellation means she will miss the birth of her grandchild.
They induced labor on her already, so.
The ability to jump on a plane can make us feel so close.
We're so dependent on the airline industry.
Yet so far away.
I don't know. Hopefully I can get out of here on Friday.
Travel on a wing and a prayer.
So airlines that fly out of Love Field are also being impacted by this storm. We checked Southwest system-wide, canceled 30 flights today. They've proactively canceled another 300 more tomorrow. Reporting live at DFW Airport, Noel Walker, NBC 5.
Thank you, Noel. And you can check the status of flights in and out of DFW and Love Field anytime on our website, NBCDFW.com. Search flight status.
NBC 5 meteorologist Rick Mitchell has been monitoring the storm's snow bomb cyclone. First, I've heard the term.
Yeah, you know, in Harold Taft's day, it would have been known as a snowstorm or a nor'easter, because really that's all it is. The name bomb comes from a bunch of weather geeks, all of us in the community, that would refer to a storm that's going to rapidly intensify off the Atlantic coast as a bomb. Oh, this storm's going to bomb out. And somehow the media got a hold of it. Now it's a snow bomb cyclone. It's a big old snowstorm, that's for sure. This is the satellite animation. You got the Gulf Coast, the Gulf Stream right in here. Very warm waters, and that's intensifying this storm. The air pressure is dropping, and this is going to be a major storm. What you're looking at here are winter storm warnings and blizzard warnings for the far East Coast, Philadelphia, New York, Hartford, over through Boston. Needless to say, as Noel showed us, lots of travel problems in those areas. For us, another cold night, then we start to look up. I'll have more on that coming up.
All right, Rick, and stay with NBC 5 News and NBCDFW.com for the very latest on this snow bomb cyclone and its impact right here in North Texas. Wake up with NBC 5 Today tomorrow beginning at 4:30 a.m. for the very latest on flights and the storm's track.
Here at home, the big thaw today caused headaches for a lot of North Texas homeowners. Water started shooting out of the ceiling in Terry Haynes' North Dallas home. A frozen pipe above his shower burst when the temperature rose above freezing.
Yeah, we were really lucky the way it's shooting out into the hitting the wall and into a drain. Otherwise, the whole house would, the whole bathroom area would have been flooded.
With another freeze tonight, plumbers suggest leaving some water dripping to keep water moving through the pipes and opening cabinets to let the heat get to the pipes behind them. We're following breaking news. 2 kidnapped sisters from Central Texas who triggered an Amber Alert have been found safe, and police have arrested the man accused of taking them. 44-year-old Terry Allen Miles is in custody in Colorado. Round Rock police released surveillance video earlier today of him at a southern Colorado business. The 2 sisters, ages 7 and 14, were kidnapped in Round Rock last week. Their mother was found murdered. Allen is a person of interest in that case.
More breaking news. A plane headed from Oklahoma City to Central Texas is missing tonight. The plane was supposed to arrive in Georgetown, but it never landed. It was last spotted on radar in the Gulf of Mexico, 219 miles northwest of Cancun. Coast Guard crews are searching for the plane. We will, of course, keep you updated on air and online, NBCDFW.com. A large fire in Salina is still burning right now. The fire started in a barn on Rawhide Road. This is rural Collin County. It quickly spread to a home there. Fire officials say luckily no one was hurt, but the barn and the home are a total loss. The Collin County Fire Marshal is investigating how it started.
President Trump's former campaign chairman is suing special counsel Robert Mueller and the Justice Department. Paul Manafort says prosecutors overstepped their bounds by charging him for conduct that was not related to Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. The lawsuit is the most direct challenge yet to Mueller's legal authority and the scope of his mandate as special counsel. That news comes during a war of words between President Trump and his former top strategist, Steve Bannon. Bannon is quoted in a new tell-all book titled Fire and Fury, and the president is not happy with what he said. Tonight, explosive new claims from Steve Bannon, who calls the 2016 Trump Tower meeting between the president's son and a group of Russians treasonous and unpatriotic. Bannon says Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, and Paul Manafort, who were all in attendance, should have called the FBI immediately.
Did the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., commit treason?
I think that is a ridiculous accusation.
Bannon, who did not join the campaign for another 2 months, also says there is zero chance that Trump Jr. did not introduce his Russian guests to his father. Bannon says they're going to crack Don Jr. like an egg on national TV. The White House has said the president first learned about the meeting a year later. Spokesperson Sarah Sanders described the president's reaction.
I think furious, disgusted would probably certainly fit when you make such outrageous claims and completely false claims against the president, his administration, and his family.
The president unleashed a blistering statement. Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency. When he was fired, he not only lost his job, he lost his mind. Adding, Steve doesn't represent my base. He's only in it for himself. But the president showered Bannon with praise after his departure.
Steve's been a friend of mine for a long time. I like Steve a lot.
In the book, Bannon gives credence to the special counsel's probe. This is all about money laundering, noting Paul Manafort's indictment, arguing Robert Mueller is going after the president by zeroing in on the people closest to him.
This may be strategic by Bannon to try and demonstrate that he had no part in conduct that he may perceive as risky by other members of the Trump team.
Fire and Fury is reportedly based on more than 200 interviews, many conducted inside the West Wing. That book's author, Michael Wolff, will reportedly give his first television interview on the Today Show. Look for it Friday morning at 7 right here on NBC5.
New at 10, a domestic violence victim who came to NBC5 for help is one step closer to safety tonight. Sharia Thomas has spent the new year living in fear now that her abuser is out of jail.
When the Dallas Housing Authority refused to move her to a safe place, NBC5 started asking questions. Corey Smith explains why her ordeal is raising concerns for other victims of abuse.
He's been trying to gaslight me forever.
The new year has brought back old feelings for Sharia Thomas, feelings of anxiety and fear from years of abuse.
My biggest fear is he's going to kill me and my son.
As of last week, Thomas's abuser is a free man. Now she is a prisoner in her own home, too afraid to go out in public, concerned that he'll find her again.
He doesn't care about the police. He doesn't care about rules. I feel like he will break them all just to get back at me.
And that's why you need to move?
Yes.
Sharia Thomas lives in public housing. Now, in the past, the Dallas Housing Authority has moved her for her own protection. But she says their most recent offer only takes her a few miles from where she is now. And to her, that is not far enough.
They told me that I should just be grateful I have somewhere to stay.
After months of back and forth with DHA, Thomas came to us, accusing the agency of violating the Federal Violence Against Women's Act by not providing her with a safe place to live.
It's like you don't matter at all.
After NBC5 started asking questions, today Thomas finally received a portable Section 8 voucher from the agency. She has her ticket out of Dallas, but her lawyer, Jennifer Bowman, says the whole ordeal raises major concerns for victims of abuse.
There's no way that I see it, that she's the only person dealing with this sort of discrimination.
If any public agency runs afoul of the Violence Against Women's Act, Bowman says there is no timely recourse for someone in immediate danger, someone like Sharia.
We do have the ability to complain to HUD, and I think that's our only option. Again, we don't have that kind of time. And I don't know any survivor of domestic violence who has that kind of time.
With her abuser now free, time is up for Sharia. She's hoping to find someone to accept her voucher soon. In the meantime, she's encouraging victims who may face a similar situation to keep fighting.
Being a voice of the voiceless will get people to realize they have options.
And those options include reaching out to legal advocacy groups like the Texas Legal Services Center. Now, Brian and Meredith, the Dallas Housing Authority would not directly respond to Thomas or her attorney's accusations and our questions, only saying, quote, the Dallas Housing Authority takes the safety of all our residents seriously, including those families who may be facing challenges associated with domestic violence. We respect the confidentiality of our families, and we do not publish their confidential information in any public domain. They finished, while we are unable to share confidential information about our residents, we are committed to ensuring all of our families' housing needs are met. Live in the newsroom, Corey Smith, NBC5.
Thank you, Corey. Replacing history with history, one Collin County city's plan to get rid of a local landmark for something even more historic. Coming up.
Then a possible medical breakthrough giving the blind the gift of sight, but at a cost. And does it really work?
And it wasn't snakes on a plane, but the animal that grounded this Alaska Airlines flight probably would have made you squirm. New at 10, Navarro County Sheriff's deputies have uncovered a theft ring spanning multiple counties, including DFW. So far, deputies have recovered $300,000 to $500,000 worth of stolen vehicles and equipment near the town of Angus. Things like RVs, a horse trailer, construction equipment, large trucks, and more were recovered. Investigators are working to get a complete list and contact owners. One person was taken into custody in connection with the investigation.
We learned today the official cause of death for Sharon Matthews is homicidal violence. Matthews was the Richardson toddler found dead in a culvert October 22nd, weeks after her adoptive father reported her missing. Wesley Matthews told police he physically assisted the toddler in drinking her milk, that she choked and died. He's in jail on a felony injury to a child charge. Ceenie Matthews, the adoptive mother, is in jail on a child abandonment charge. Brian Poe, a defense attorney not associated with this case, explained that homicidal violence means violence that was used with the intent of killing, that there is evidence of trauma. He also said this could change the father's charges.
Depending on what the dad has said, you know, he's given two different versions of what goes on, and now you have a ruling by the medical examiner of it's a homicide by violence. It tends to suggest that there may be some more charges coming to him.
We will learn more details of the autopsy and toxicology reports during the criminal trial. The Matthews attorneys were back in court today. The parents are trying to retain custody of their biological daughter, who right now is with family in the Houston area. Another hearing on that is set for later this month.
The one-time owner of a South Lake title company who referred to herself as the Millennium Mobster is headed to prison for stealing millions from her customers. Nancy Spinks, also known as Nancy Carroll, was sentenced to 10 years behind bars and ordered to pay $8.6 million to her victims. Prosecutors say she tried to hide some of the money and spent the rest on a luxurious lifestyle. In court today, Spinks apologized Prosecutors called her a financial predator.
Right now, a lot of North Texans are finding out they are not $460 million richer. The winning Powerball numbers were just drawn, and here they are: 2, 18, 37, 39, and 42. The Powerball is 12. And we will keep these numbers up at the bottom of the screen throughout the newscast, and you can also see them on our website, NBCDFW.com.
It has been a landmark in the city of Anna for at least 3 decades, but soon a baseball field some consider a relic could be gone.
Yeah, the city wants to demolish Shirley Field and replace it with a historical site. As Collin County reporter Meredith Yeomans explains, some aren't happy about it.
History is everywhere in the city of Anna, from the water tower to historic downtown to Shirley Field.
Go, man.
Where Josh Gerving brings his 3 sons to practice almost every week.
It's a relic. I mean, you don't see these anymore.
You don't have to look close to know there's nothing remarkable about its appearance. But Gerving says that's what makes it unique.
Single fields, I mean, in most cities these days you get the 4-plex or the 8-plex. So this is a real gem with the water towers in the background. Good job, little man.
History may run deep at the ball field, but so does the land it sits on. Along the train tracks, it's where the city of Anna started. And now the city and the Anna Historical Society want that history on display. Soon they'll replace Shirley Field with another relic, this wooden train depot dating back to the 1800s.
Extremely surprised and really disappointed.
I didn't really want it to leave because I wanted to play here because I got a lot of good memories here.
The plan is to restore and build a park around the depot. This is a rendering of what it could look like in the end. The goal, they say, is to get more use out of the ball field at the far end of town. But in a growing town, the Gervings say they're perfectly satisfied.
All right, leave it.
If some things stay the same. In Anna, Meredith Yeomans, NBC 5.
And the city of Anna says newer ball fields will be available for people to use. They say this has been in the works for years. The Gervings and other families are asking the city to reconsider.
There is a new gene therapy for a rare form of blindness, but it costs a fortune. Spark Therapeutics says its therapy, called Luxturna, will cost $850,000. In clinical trials, though, 93% of patients with Leber congenital amaurosis had improvements in vision. No one has 20/20 vision, though, and it is unclear whether the benefits last more than a year. Alaska Airlines is calling in an exterminator after the company says a rat boarded one of its planes in Oakland, California, and forced it to cancel the flight. The airline says passengers were boarding the Portland, Oregon-bound flight when the rat jumped from the jetway onto the plane yesterday. Passengers already on board, well, they got off, and the plane was taken out of service. Alaska Airlines says it will resume using the plane when it is certified rodent-free.
That's like an official certification.
Exactly.
Better a rat than snakes, in my opinion. But anyway.
Exactly.
All right, let's get over to the bomb cyclone.
Oh, you know, it's just a snowstorm, and the thing is, in the Northeast, it's not even going to set records. It's, you know, it'll disrupt things. Yeah. There'll be some snow. It's January. They're supposed to get that kind of stuff. Did you feel the warmth today? I'm sure you did. You were outside. The sun was out. Hey, we hit 50 degrees at DFW, 51 in Fort Worth, Dallas, 48. That was a nice change from the 20s that we had yesterday. S-band radar, not showing anything. Probably won't for the next couple of days. We won't have to worry about that. Nice shot of downtown Fort Worth on this early January evening. Okay, so we got mild today, milder, but we're going to go back down below freezing. In fact, some areas already are. We're going to fall most likely into the 20s. A chilly day tomorrow, a little chillier than what we had today, but the weekend looks milder, back into the 50s, some 60s as well. Sunday, still a day where we could see a couple of showers, maybe a little bit of drizzle. And next week, hey, if you got some plans next week, looks good. Seasonably cool, that's about it. Low temperatures tonight. I think we're going to see a lot of mid-20s, not the teens that we had this morning. DFW hit 19 this morning. I'm thinking about 26 in Allen, 24 in Wiley. Ponderosa hit 25 in Denton County. Same thing, Louisville. About 26 in Little Elm, Corinth, and Denton. Down in Tarrant County, Fort Worth looks good at 25. 23 Keller. Hazlet about 23, Mansfield 26, and 23 Highland Park, 25 in Irving, and 24 Grand Prairie, so you get the idea. It's going to be a cold night. Make sure you remember to bring the pets in. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon, not the 50s, but a whole bunch of mid-40s, maybe 46, 47 degrees, right around in there. And the temperature trend is up. So mid-40s tomorrow. How about 60s on Sunday? Then it starts going back down, but it's not Arctic that's coming in next week. It's just kind of seasonably cool. This is Futurecast, Saturday, 7 in the morning. You're waking up. You're thinking, oh, I got to get those Christmas decorations out. That's what I'm going to be thinking about. Saturday, clouds will increase, but it'll be a dry day, a little bit breezy. Highs will be in the 50s. It's Sunday when we have a chance for showers. This is 8 in the morning. A couple of spotty showers. This front's going to come through late in the day, triggering some showers mainly to the east of us. At least that's where the best chance is going to be. Maybe even a rumble of thunder in there. That front moves quickly on through. The rest of Sunday evening will be dry, and that will set the stage for a pretty tranquil week next week. Forecast tonight, we have some patchy high clouds overhead, but we'll still fall into the mid-20s for a low temperature. Tomorrow, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Not quite as nice as today, but not bad. 44 for the high. Winds will be very light, about 5 miles per hour. Back into the 50s on Friday and Saturday. You see the rain chance on Sunday. Next week, not a whole lot going on. About where we should be, mid-50s for highs and 30s and 40s for lows.
All right.
63 on Sunday.
I'll take it.
Thanks, Rick. More changes are ahead for the Dallas Cowboys coaching staff.
Dewey has details next in sports.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones promised changes to the coaching staff, and the shakeup's already started. Quarterbacks coach Wade Wilson and secondary coach Joe Baker will not return in 2018. Their contracts are expiring, and I confirmed that special teams coach Rich Bisaccia will be allowed out of his contract, and he's headed to Oakland to join John Gruden's staff. Tight ends coach Steve Loney is retiring, and offensive line coach Frank Pollock could be the next to leave. On his weekly radio show on 105.3 The Fan, Jerry Jones explained why the changes could be good for the Cowboys.
You pay a price when you make a change at the head coach. You pay some price and make a change at any position coach situation. On the other hand, let's just go back to that freshness we're talking about. New ideas, nothing set in stone. That's a plus too.
For more information on the Cowboys, log on to our website, NBCDFW.com, and click on our Blue Star blog. Jacques Taylor, Pat Doney, and the Original 88, Drew Pierce, and I all have news that you can use. To college football, the Texas A&M Commerce Lions are keeping their head coach, Colby Carthel. The two sides agreed to a contract extension that will keep him in Commerce through the 2021 season. He led the Lions to the Division II National Championship last month. Up next, it was a nail-biter in downtown Dallas. More on the world champion Warriors and Mavs in a great game.
On Davis Auto Group.
There's a gang of Warrior fans coming to downtown Dallas tonight. Mavs down 10 to the world champs in the fourth quarter. It's picking up. Dennis Smith Jr. came to play. Look at the kid from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Look at this jam. 14 points, 8 assists. Mavs playing some defense off the steal. Wes Matthews, 3-ball. He had 7 on the night. He had 22 points, 15 seconds left. Harrison Barnes drives, ties the game at 122. Barnes with 18. Here's how the Mavericks lose it. Yeah, Steph Curry doing Steph Curry things. Hit the 3-ball, 32 points on the night. Golden State wins 125-122.
I made a great comeback. When you're 10 or 12 down with 3 minutes to go, it's, you got to pitch a shutout pretty much. I'm really pleased about the way we played, just, with how hard we played.
It was a good contest. Stars back to work tomorrow night. They host the New Jersey Devils in downtown Dallas. New Jersey comes in on a 3-game losing streak. Puck will drop at 7:30. But back to the Mavs. Everybody got their money's worth tonight. That was a fun basketball game. Mavs lost, but it's Steph Curry.
Yeah, looking good.
It's what Steph Curry does.
You're right. You're right. Still hurts.
So good.
Thanks. All right, a cute little guy stuck on a frozen lake.
How a passerby saved his calf. Next. We all know how cold it is. So look at these photos here captured by Jason Sakuro in Wolf City in Hunt County. He says this calf here was stuck in an icy pond.
Jason was worried the calf would drown once the ice melted. He was able to get the calf back on dry land and reunite it with its mother. Happy ending.
Beautiful, yeah. I think that's a smile. Thank you for joining us, everyone. The Tonight Show's up next.
We'll see you again tomorrow night.